Okay, what's going on YouTube? Okay, this is what we got going on. We're going to work on this back wheel and this adapter and the sprocket. Okay, now as if everybody can see, there's three green lines here, there's three green lines here. Okay, one, two, and three. Same place as these holes. And the reason being there's lines here is because, see, this is round and this hub is not round. Okay, so you've got to take, and we've got to cut. We've got to grind these back at an angle. Okay, we're gonna have to mount. So for our mounting holes, right, and all this other crazy stuff for here. Okay, since this is in a complete round circumference, like an octagon or whatever you want to say. Okay, so when we mount all this, okay, once we cut all this out, mount this adapter to this, and then mount this assembly to the wheel. Okay, I bought the pedal side chain freewheel for this wheel. The one that's on the old wheel is a 5-speed. It's not a 7, because that's what I had. So I know I can't use it. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Can't use it. So it's not salvageable to me for this bike. So I had to go out and buy the 7-speed that belongs to the bike. Okay. I'm gonna do this today, and I'm gonna finish cleaning up the rear half of this frame, and then we'll wait on them parts to come in, and then when all them parts come in, we'll stretch this frame, and we'll put it all in place. I've even got the motor coming for it as well. It might not be here until August or so, because it's coming directly from China. So we'll have to wait on that. But to get the wheels in the bike and the bike up on its wheels and get them in the bike, this will be the rest of the process for the rest of the week. Um, this portion of the process can be done today, and then the wheel is going to get modded so this all fits. This adapter fits the wheel, and then just for mock-up, we're using these bolts. This is just for mock-up. Okay, they come out of an engine kit and they fit the wheels. Okay. Oop. If I'm not mistaken, these are M4s by 1.0 thread pitch. So we know they fit. Like I said, this is just for mock-up. You could probably use these, but I would not trust them. Being Chinese hardware, they are not motor grade hardware. So that as well. Today I'll probably go to the hardware store and buy the proper hardware for this assembly. Because I always use motor grade bolts for this assembly, and the reason being is because they are hardened. You know they're not going to break. they're not going to bend, they're not going to fail being under a lot of stress and torture. But you see the gist of it. You can always use these just for mock-up. Okay, see, you can use them for mock-up. They fit the wheel. They fit the wheel just fine. Nothing wrong with that. But when I do go to the hardware store to buy the bolts, I will use the bolts that come with the disc, with the rotors. That way you know you're buying the right bolts. Which is these. Okay. Since these are too short, and even if they was long enough, I still would not trust these because they are just cheap Chinese bolts really still yet. So I would not trust them. I want motor grade for that reason. So that way when your engine is going to pull on this or use it for engine braking, you're not going to take these bolts and twist them off in the rim, because that's what would happen. Whether it be these or these, and it's in the wheel now, they would twist, they would bend, they would give, because that's not what they're designed to do and for. Okay, so that's it for now, folks. When I get all this cut apart, I will show you what we've done, and we'll go from there. Okay, here we are, YouTube. Okay, once again, it's bolted in the wheel with them same bolts. Okay, we've done the chop job. Ah, crap. Oh well. But anyway, see, we'll disassemble this and show you what I have to do to make this fit. Okay, I had to do the same thing with the yellow wheels. It's in that frame. Okay. It is buttoned down. It is sitting nice and flush and flat. So okay, give me one hot second. Let me pull this apart and I'll show you what I had to do. Okay, here's what we got to do. Okay, you have to notch all these holes like this. You have to notch them. It's not perfect, it's not the most beautiful, but it works. And then take and then edge these just ever so slightly. Just ever so slightly. Just to knock the paint off pretty much and kind of make them flush and round for the cutouts that we've made. And when you do that, this fits in this wheel one way. Okay, it fits in this wheel one way, and bam. Because if not, it won't fit. As you see, there's a gap in between that and that, and if you keep spinning, it sits nice and flush. Nice and flush with the wheel. So that way, all that works the way it's supposed to. Now on to the next part of the project, and that is to chop this sprocket up. Chop the center out of the sprocket. And attach it to your disc adapter, and then I'll go get some bolts later this morning. And then we will Loctite them into the wheel after we get all this attached together, and and we'll Loctite this into the wheel. That way it doesn't come apart. And then all we have to do is wait on our other side part for the wheel, for the drive chain for the pedal side. Other than that, it's a done deal. When I get this cut out and I get this all bolted together, okay, we've got it bolted together. Okay, and here's our bolts. Okay, there it is. Okay, folks, we got our freewheel in. Okay, so we're going to spin this wheel around. We're just going to screw this on to the wheel, just like so. Done deal. Okay. Okay, we're back, folks. Okay. We've stretched the frame. Okay, this is what I do. I use an old axle, take the wheel nuts, and butt them against the frame here and here, and turn this one as far out as you get it. Turn this one, keep turning, keep turning, keep turning, until there's basically nothing left on the axles. Okay. But now, the original wheel is 125. The mag wheel is 135. Okay, so that's the space we need. And I know this is going to collapse, but we are now at 130, 148. Yeah, we're at 148 now. So we should be good. I'm going to remove this and we're going to attempt to put this wheel in it and see what we get. Okay, it's in the bike. Bolted down. Bolted down. Been wiped down the best I could get it. It's not bright white like the bike used to be once upon a time because it's old. It's been many, many miles. But